Now, the Madlanga Judicial Commission of Inquiry is expected to have its first public hearing tomorrow in Tshwane. Chaired by the former acting Deputy Chief Justice, Mbuyiseli Madlanga, it was established by President Cyril Ramaphosa in July this year. Now, this was after Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Commissioner of Police, held a media briefing in which he made public serious allegations about the existence of operation of a sophisticated criminal syndicate that has allegedly infiltrated law enforcement, including the judiciary and intelligence structures in South Africa. Now, to give us an update on preparations and readiness for tomorrow, we're joined by the Commission spokesperson, Jeremy Michaels. Jeremy, thanks so much for your time. Welcome to Morning Live. So, is it all systems go for tomorrow?
Indeed, Sakina, good morning. It is all systems go. The Commission is hosting its first public hearing tomorrow at the Bridget Mapapula College. I'm sorry, I'm getting some feedback, but I will try to keep going. So I was saying that the Commission will host its first hearing at the Bridget Mapapula Justice College. And of course, as you have indicated, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi is the first witness on.
Well, just apologies there, the sound not the greatest there, Jeremy, but let's continue and get through as much as we can. Now, at the completion of its work, the Commission is, of course, expected to make findings and recommendations for, among other things, perhaps criminal prosecutions, disciplinary action, and institutional reform. In terms of, what has been put out there, some of the views that this is just a waste of funds, once again, that could be utilized better. How do you explain to people that this is absolutely necessary, also in light of, for example, the challenge now by Umkhonto weSizwe, who are challenging the legality, among other things, of the Commission?
Well, Sakina, I think the public apprehension is perhaps understandable, but at the heart of this Commission's work is a very serious allegation that the country's law enforcement agencies have been infiltrated by criminal syndicates and drug cartels. And of course, those allegations by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on the 6th of July have really cut into the trust that the public should have in our law enforcement agencies. And so, given the powers that have been conferred on the Commission in the terms of reference, you mentioned some of them, but I should add that Clause 14 of the report specifically says that the two reports, the interim report that is to be submitted to the President within 3 months and the final report within 6 months, those reports, it says, shall include recommendations that can be immediately actioned based on the Commission's work as of that day. And so I think that clearly indicates the intention to act. And of course, South Africa must be able to trust in our law enforcement agencies, whether that is the South African Police Service, the National Prosecuting Authority, the State Security Agency, and of course, within the realm of the SABC, specifically the Political Killings Task Team and Crime Intelligence, and that's amongst many other law enforcement agencies. So, indeed, the work of the Commission is particularly important. We note the court action that is intended, and of course, the Commission will respect the ruling of any court in South Africa.
And given that the Commission obviously is starting a couple of weeks later than anticipated, do you still envisage that you will complete the work on time, Jeremy?
Well, Sakina, there will have to be some adjustment, clearly, given the delay that we've experienced. And of course, as you will know, those delays, we had intended to start 1st of September with the first hearing. But due to so many issues, particularly given that those items for procurement included ICT hardware, software that are critical for the Commission's work. As a result, there will have to be, and there is a discussion ongoing between Justice Madlanga, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, Mamoloko Kubai, and President Ramaphosa timeline. Excuse me, but we are also very of the urgency of the work of the Commission, and both the evidence investigators have been advancing the work behind the scenes, while also the Secretariat and putting in place everything necessary for public hearing. And I should say that we intend and anticipate that the public hearings will continue for many months, including a long list of witnesses, but we're not going to get into the detail of those witnesses because of security purposes.
Fair enough. But if I could just try and find out, we know that Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi will be the first witness to appear before the Commission. Is there any anticipation of how long he might be on the stand?
Yes, we expect that Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi will be on the stand for between 3 or 4 days, perhaps more. But we'll see how that unfolds in a few days.
Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Jeremy Michaels. And our apologies once again just for the poor sound quality. We'll have to leave it there for now. And Jeremy Michaels is, of course, the spokesperson for the Madlanga Judicial Commission of Inquiry, talking to us about the Commission's readiness as it holds its first public hearing tomorrow in Tshwane with Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who will be called as the first witness. And you heard there from Jeremy Michaels, should be on the stand for at least 3 to 4 days, or of course we'll see how far that goes.